Hey, what's going on, YouTube? Welcome back, all my cannabis lovers, users, and learners. Today, we're going to be learning about terpenes, and more importantly, what is a terpene? So, let's just get right into it. For today, the biggest things about terpenes and what we're going to touch on is one, what is a terpene? Two, where do you find a terpene? And three, why are they important? So the first thing being is what is a terpene? And a terpene is a scent, a smell, even a flavor aroma, but typically it is just when it comes to the flavor of the scent. And what I mean by that is if you smell a flower, what you're smelling is a terpene, whether it's a lemon terpene, an orange terpene, etc., those scents are called terpenes. So, for example, one of the biggest terpenes that I love is linalool, which is actually lavender. So, if you like the smell of lavender and it calms you down, that is coming from the terpene linalool. The properties of the calming capabilities, the relaxation, and the effects are all coming from that terpene linalool. So, that's why people use lavender to calm them down. Their body naturally likes the terpene linalool. There's other terpenes within nature as well. A lot of times you can actually flip around a shampoo bottle or even a cologne bottle and you'll see terpenes. You'll see limonene, you'll see linalool, you'll see other fragrances that are terpenes. So really that's all terpene is the fragrance or the aroma that gives it off, but they all have medical or holistic abilities to each of their own. So for other examples, you have osamine, which is actually mint. So the terpene osamine is known to actually be a natural pesticide. So if you don't like using pesticides in your garden, if you don't like using those things, you would use the terpene osamine or mint and spray it over your crops and everything like that. And it's a natural pesticide. So it's really cool. You don't have to use any chemicals. You can use just natural terpenes once you know these things and different capabilities they have. So that's pretty much the biggest question, I guess, is what is a terpene? And the easiest way to answer it is it's a smell or any smell that you smell in nature or from any product. Those are terpenes. So the next question is how do we use it? How do we find it? Basically, you find it in anything. You can find it in an apple. You can find it in a mango. Mango is rich in myrcene or myrcene. I don't like to ever critique somebody the way they pronounce things because at the end of the day, you know what you're talking about. So however you want to pronounce it what you want, but that is a terpene that's found within mangoes. It's also one of the most important terpenes in cannabis because it pushes THC past your blood barrier. So the more of the terpene that is in that, so the more myrcene or myrcene, that is in your cannabis product when you flip it over, the better it is actually going to feel. The effects of the THC are going to be heightened. That is why you can have a 19% THC flower that hits like a 30%. And that's because of the terpenes that are behind it. It's because of the myrcene or the myrcene that is there boosting the THC past the blood barriers. That's also why you can have a 30% THC strain without that terpene and it doesn't hit at all. You actually are sitting there going, did I waste my money? This stinks or whatever. It doesn't stink. The flower's good, the product's good. It just didn't have the effects from the terpenes that you wanted. So that is why, one, you have to know about these things, but two, where to find them and why they're important. So every time you pick up a product in a dispensary, turn the label around, see what they are, see what your body is binding to. Another way to do this is if you're naturally just finding things that you enjoy. So for example, if you go in the woods and you love the woods and you feel very calm, but you're clear-minded, that's actually the terpene pinene. Pinene is woods or pine. It's used to clear mental fog. It's used to clear headaches and other things like that. But naturally, your body is signaling to you, I want that terpene because you don't even realize that you are craving the outdoors because of those reasons. So those are why I always say it's important to know what a terpene is, but also to take everything with a grain of salt because everybody's body is different. For me personally, linalool is my favorite. I know we touched on this before, but another one for me is beta caryophyllene. It's actually found in black pepper. It's one of the most important terpenes in nature because it's one of the only terpenes that can bind to your receptors in your body, your CB2 receptors primarily. And that's a really big deal because it's found in black pepper naturally. And if you cook a meal and use a lot of black pepper, you're actually getting a lot of the effects of beta caryophyllene or beta caryophyllene, depending on how you pronounce it. And by doing so, you're going to be aiding your stomach health if you actually use a meal with black pepper and then indulge in your vapor, however you want to proceed within your cannabis use, and you'll get a better stomach relief and better nauseating effects because you had the natural capabilities of the terpene found in black pepper, and then the THC part of the terpenes boosted it. So THC kind of enacts all these terpenes. The terpenes are where the car is going to go. The THC is just the gas. So every experience that you have is different because of these terpenes. They're controlling where you're going on your high or on your medical experience, however you want to go about it. So those are why, one, you have to know what terpene is. Two, you have to know why it's important, and then three, where to find it, and why do you need it, and everything like that. And that's pretty much how we're going to end this video. Is the reason why this is important and why you need to have it in your life is because without terpenes or without the knowledge of terpenes, you're kind of guessing with everything you're doing. You're guessing with the way that you're medicating. You're guessing on what you're spending your money on. You could spend $80 on something you think is going to be amazing, but actually that $20 product on the shelf below it was actually the better effects for what you need because of the terpenes. And nobody likes to touch on that when you go to a dispensary. The other reason why it's important is, for example, if you love a certain strain, but you can't find that strain and you medically depend on the effects of that strain, then the next step is to ask the bud tender, do you have any strains with these terps? You have to know what the terpenes are within your favorite strain. That way you can always find something that can get you to the point you need. They might not have your granddaddy perp, but if they have the same, terpenes, a similar genetic, maybe it's two different brands down the road that you have to try, but you finally found it. And now it's GG4, for example, and that's your favorite strain. It's not because of the strain, it's because of the terpenes. So always remember to check your terps, make a note log about it, and once you figure this out, you can pretty much dabble. You can dabble with, having foods with certain terpenes incorporated. Like I said earlier, make a meal with black pepper and then indulge. And you'll probably have a much better stomach relief after that smoke or session. Also, if you want to experience this even more, go drink some orange juice. Go drink some mango juice before you indulge. And I guarantee you that effect will make it 10 times more potent. You'll feel like that 19% is now 33% because you're indulging in the natural terps and then you're incorporating it with your body and your use. So with that, I will let you guys be your own chemist, be your own botanist, however you want to say. Go make some creations. Let me know what your favorite terpene is in the comment. Let me know what terp combinations you enjoy. And from there, we can really get fun. We can have a lot of conversations about medical benefits, but also recreational benefits and different combinations. There's also different boiling points, but with that, I want you to do some research on your own. So go check out different boiling points within terpenes. And then next episode, we'll touch on that as well. Have a great day. See ya.